Alright, hello Guilders 2 Gamers, Muckluck here, and today we've got an I Tried episode where I try out the Conduit Revenant Elite specialization for the Rev and the Elite Spec beta for Visions of Eternity. This is the first beta, so if you're watching this in the future, this class might be completely different than what you are seeing now. TLDR, I almost didn't make this video because similar to the Antiquary, I really don't know what to suggest to fix the problems I'm seeing. And I really do not like just complaining. I really don't like just going, oh, this sucks. Like, I want to be like, this sucks. Here's what I would do to fix it. And I don't know what to say here. I'm not a Revenant main, so I will leave that to the Revenant mains. I will just simply open the door for conversation here and just talk about my experience. I found two builds that other people made that I tried out. One was, let me swap to it here, was Vipers and Fractal, Spear and Mace and Axe, and it was using Demon Stance and the Entity Stance. And it was just a whole lot of dots. And after about 3 attempts, I was able to break 30k on the Golem with way too many boons and conditions in play. That is, I would say, excuse me, I've got the hiccups right now. That is more, rephrase, that is less damage than many other classes that I would try after a few attempts. Like if you've got a really good solid build that I'm copying from something like Snowcrows that are, build geniuses, and I try it out, usually, 30k is on like the bare minimum. So I'm not really sure where the damage should be. This is a beta, but the damage did feel quite low, and that is for both of the builds I tried. Demon Stance with Spear, Mace, Axe, and also the Power build, which was Assassin Stance with Raza, that was using Greatsword, Sword, and Sword. Both of those builds, after a few tries on each one, I was able to get roughly 30k, and I was providing nothing else. I was really providing nothing else to the party or anything like that. Like if I were to take a Dwarf Stance to bring stability or something, this whole build is going to completely fall apart because it's Assassin and the Entity, which buffs the Assassin, or it's Demon and the Entity, which buffs the Demon. So if you take Dwarf for stability, well, now you're buffing Dwarf, and your entire build's completely different. And I'm not really sure what that would do. One thing is there is a version of this where you could play support. You could play Centaur, and then Raza, which buffs the Centaur. However, you've then got a support that doesn't provide quickness or alacrity. I hate these boons at this point, because that support is not going to get into any serious PvE content groups if it doesn't provide one of those boons. So if ArenaNet wants a support conduit to be a thing, they will need to give it one of those things. For now, it is essentially pure DPS. It is a pure DPS through and through. You can be power or condi. Both of them, their damage to me as a Revenant outsider, kind of dipping my toe in the pool again, it feels like their damage is on the low end. And if their damage is on the low end, it kind of feels like what's the point? Because they're not bringing anything else. The mechanics are okay. Let me go back to the Condi version here. The Condi one had a couple things that were kind of fun, like when you would do Hex Eater Vortex, which does a whole bunch of bolts that do different conditions, or you would activate the... hold on, I'm waiting on the cooldown of this. Okay, so we swap back to this and we activate Cosmic Wisdom Mesmer, which I want to point out, I do love the lore of Raza and I hope they keep it. I hate that they said, because even CMC said in the broadcast, he's like, oh, and we put Mesmer on Demon because they're both purple. Come on, give me something more to chew on than that. All right, so then we do this, and then like anytime we do an attack, it adds more conditions, and that's pretty cool. Like we activate that, we activate the legendary demon skill, embrace the darkness, and we're just doing a lot of condis. I'm just auto attacking right now, and that adds up really fast. And then you pump out other skills and just swap back and forth. But it is like the mechanics wise, there's not too much else going on. We got the thing here with the scythe. This thing, I think this graphic is probably a mistake. I don't know why it looks like it's, stirring birthday cake batter. I think the scythe is probably supposed to be sticking out and swinging around. This has got to be a visual glitch. I can't imagine that they did that on purpose, but that's what it looks like on this Asura beta character that I made. And the other stuff is okay. It's okay. That's just the whole thing. It's all okay. It's okay. It's meh. It didn't really feel like I was playing a new elite specialization. It just kind of felt like I was playing a Rev build that I'd done in the past, but it was a little worse. So yeah, I shied away from possibly doing this video, but I opted to do it because I knew if I didn't, people would be like, why didn't you do a video on Conduit? This is my attempt at doing it. It's kind of meh. I don't know what the right answer is here, but right now it just kind of feels like I am playing default Rev, and it's not that different. So I would definitely like to see them add something more exciting to it. I don't know what that should be. Maybe some of you can come up with really good ideas. The forum where they are taking feedback on the what is this? There's memes in there. There's a lot of massive walls of text in here where people are adding for feedback, and I love to see it. Hopefully one of them will come up with something interesting that might, spark an idea over there on their end. But for now, I think if you enjoy playing Rev as Renegade or Vindicator or Herald, I don't think you're gonna like this more. I would be kind of surprised if you did. That's my current thoughts on it. As always, feel free to blast me. Tell me how I'm wrong. Fight me in the comment section down below, and I'll see you there.